Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Rundown. We're going to go over the MLB game schedule for Saturday, July 12th, 2025. Now, if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your baseball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily rundown best bet in Major League Baseball, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab or the Experts tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Saturday, Major League Baseball. First up, we've got the Chicago Cubs and the New York Yankees. We've got Matthew Boyd and Max Fried as the starters. Two starting pitchers that have had great seasons, two lefties with sub-3 ERAs on the year. Fried's coming off the start against the Mets. He wasn't his best in that game, 5 innings, 3 runs, but did have 5 strikeouts, ended up being a Yankees win 6-4. Matthew Boyd has been in excellent form in his most recent games. He's given up 2 runs or fewer in 5 straight starts. The Cubs have won 4 of his last 5. However, he has faced a pretty weak strength of schedule recently. Pitched against the Cardinals twice. They've not been great against lefties. The Guardians have been the worst lineup in baseball against lefties. The Mariners, the Pirates, not necessarily murderer's row. And you look at Fried starts against the New York Mets, who have been great against left-handers. The Toronto Blue Jays, one of the hottest teams in baseball. Pitching at Fenway Park, pitching at Great American Ballpark, and then pitching against the Baltimore Orioles. They've not been great against lefties, but still a division rival. I think Fried's had the much tougher strength of schedule as of late. And then you look at the fact that Matthew Boyd against his current Yankees lineup, not very good numbers. In a pretty small sample size, just 36 plate appearances, but a low strikeout rate and a 436 xWOBA with a 538 expected slugging percentage. It's the opposite for Max Fried. He's got great numbers against his current Cubs lineup in about 90 plate appearances, a good strikeout rate, low walk rate, and a 288 xWOBA is also very sharp. I'm going to roll with the Yankees in this game on the money line at Yankee Stadium. Next up, we've got the Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers. We've got George Kirby and Casey Mize as the starters. Mize was just added to the American League roster for the All-Star game, very deserving, 85 2/3 with a sub-3 ERA and a 9-2 record. I do expect some regression as the season continues. His expected ERA is a little bit steeper, the xFIP at 4.0 on the dot. So, going forward, I wouldn't be surprised to see Mize struggle in certain outings. I think this could be one of them, especially up against George Kirby on the other side, who I don't think is going to give up too much in this game. I mean, he's been excellent as of late. 1 run or fewer in 3 straight starts. His strikeout numbers have been there. I think he has a good outing. The Mariners have won 4 of his last 5 games. I'm going to go with the Seattle Mariners in this one on the money line on the road. Next up, we've got the Braves and the Cardinals. We got Eric Fedde for St. Louis. No official starter right now for Atlanta. At the very least, for me, I like the Braves team total over. I do think they win the game, though, so I'm going to take the Braves on the money line. We'll just wait to see if we can get some more information for that Braves starting pitcher. But Eric Fedde has just really been struggling recently. He's given up, his last game just 3 runs, but it was an inning and a third against the Cubs in an 11-0 loss, and he's given up, the previous 2 starts, 7 runs each against the Pirates and the Cubs. So the last 3 games for Eric Fedde as the starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, the Cardinals lost all 3 of those games by a combined final score of 26-0. I just can't get there with St. Louis in this one. Even though the Braves have been dreadful on the road, give me the Atlanta Braves on the money line. Next up, the Marlins and the Orioles. We've got Jansen Junk and Trevor Rogers as the starters. Rogers, of course, facing his former team in this one. I think he'll be way up for the start. He's been pitching really well this season in a pretty small sample size, but a 2-0 record with a 1.57 ERA in his first 28 2/3. He's been a profitable pitcher for the Orioles. They've won 4 of his last 5 games. I think he pitches well. The Marlins have not been great against lefties this year. That's certainly the case in the last 30 days. Jansen Junk has pitched well for Miami, that's for sure, and he's been able to keep the Marlins competitive in games. They've won 4 of his last 5 starts. But I like this Orioles lineup against right-handed pitching right now. I think the matchup against Junk is a good one for Baltimore. I'm gonna side with the Orioles in this one on the money line at Camden Yards. Next up, the Dodgers and the Giants. We got Shohei Ohtani and Landon Roop as the starters. Obviously, when a starting pitcher has missed a lot of time with an injury and is set to return to the major league level, we usually see that starter go down to the minor leagues for a few rehab starts before being brought up to make that season debut. But for a player like Shohei, who's an elite hitter and one of the best in the game, that really wasn't an option. The Dodgers needed his bat in the lineup while he was getting back to form on the mound. So I think it makes sense to give Ohtani these first 4 games as basically opener situations where he's gone 1 or 2 innings at the most. But I still don't necessarily love backing Ohtani in the starting pitching role with just 6 total innings on the mound, since that big injury. And his last game, he went 2 innings. They were fine, 3 strikeouts, no runs. But then that Dodgers bullpen entered the game very early, ended up being a 6-4 Astros win. It was the same thing in the game on June 28th, where Ohtani goes against the Royals, 2 innings of shutout baseball with a strikeout. The Royals win that game 9-5. I don't necessarily love this Dodgers bullpen when it's forced to enter the game in the 3rd inning. I think we see Ohtani pitch, okay in the first couple of innings, but Landon Roop's a great option on the other side for San Francisco. Giants have a good bullpen behind them. In a lower scoring game, I'm going to side with the Giants in this one on the money line. Next up, we've got the Rockies and the Reds. We got a tongue twister for this starting pitching matchup. Bradley Blaylock and Brady Singer as the starters. And, I don't think Blaylock's a great option for Colorado. His last game was on May 10th at the Major League level. It was 12 earned runs and 3 home runs. And while I think he'll be better than that, I don't think it's going to be good enough for the Rockies to compete. I mean, Brady Singer's not been special as, in his first season as a Cincinnati Red, but he's been serviceable. I mean, 7-7 with a 4.32 ERA. I think the Reds, I have my concerns with their bullpen. Their lineup's been inconsistent, but they should be able to do enough damage against Blaylock and the Rockies bullpen to find a way to win this game and cover the run line. And, Singer's given up 2 runs or fewer in 4 of his last 5 games. This time, I think he gets the run support. Give me the Reds in this one on the run line. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox. We've got Shane Baz and Garrett Crochet as the starters. Shane Baz has had some control issues, kind of alongside Ryan Pepio this year, where we know they have great stuff, but they miss inside and outside the zone at times, and it leads to some mistake pitches. And we saw that against the Tigers in that last start. It still was a quality outing for Baz on paper, 6 innings, 3 runs, and 7 strikeouts, but gave up a home run and lost that game 5-1. Now pitching at Fenway Park against the Red Sox team, it's been strong against righties recently. I think Baz could be in trouble, and I think Garrett Crochet is such a good option on the other side for Boston. The Rays have not been, that great against lefties in the last couple of weeks. Overall, in the last month, they've been fine, but I think Crochet can put together a good outing here, and I think the Red Sox get to Baz. Give me Boston this one on the money line. Next up, the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Chicago White Sox. We got Tanner Bybee and Sean Burke as the starters. And I do think the Guardians can get to Sean Burke for a few runs. The question is, can Bybee get back to form? He's been struggling this year. It's 4.35 ERA. And most recently, he's given up some sharp contact, and he's given up 4+ runs in his last 2 games and 3 of his last 4. I think the Guardians back him up offensively. I do think this is going to be his best start in a while. He's faced some tough lineups. He pitched against the Astros on the road. He pitched at Wrigley against the Cubs. He faced the Red Hot Blue Jays. He was in Sacramento at the hitter-friendly ballpark against the A's. So now facing the lowly White Sox, I think Bybee can put together a good outing. Give me the Guardians in this one on the money line and run line. Next up, we've got the Mets and the Royals. Supposed to have good hitter-friendly weather at Kauffman Stadium this weekend. Frankie Montas and Michael Lorenzen as starters. That's enough for me to take the over. I don't love either of these starting pitching options. I know the Royals' offense has not been great against righties overall in 2025, but they do a good job at limiting strikeouts. They're a little bit more competitive at Kauffman. And against Frankie Montas, I think anybody could get going offensively. Montas has given up 10 earned runs and 4 home runs in his last 2 games combined. He was struggling in the rehab starts in the minor leagues before he made the move to the major league level. I think that the Royals have a big day, but I also think that Lorenzen, who at the beginning of the season was very sharp at Kauffman Stadium, but most recently has given up a lot of sharp contact in his home starts, struggles as well. Give me the Royals and the Mets. Over. Next up, we've got the Nationals and the Brewers. We've got 2 starting pitchers making their second starts of the season. Shinosuke Ogasawara for Washington, Brandon Woodruff going for Milwaukee. Now, Ogasawara did struggle in his major league debut, giving up 4 earned runs and 2 2/3. Ended up being a 6-4 Red Sox win and run line cover. I think this game will end up being a Brewers win and run line cover as well. As Brandon Woodruff, while I really wasn't in love with that first matchup of the season in his season debut against the Marlins, he pitched really well in that game. 6 innings, 1 run, 8 strikeouts. Really just an excellent start for a season debut coming back from a big-time injury. I'm going to roll the Brewers in this one on the run line at home. Next up, we've got the Rangers and the Astros. We've got Jacob deGrom and Framber Valdez as the starters. Great pitching matchup. Both of these starting pitchers have great numbers against the opposition. Framber is a little bit larger of a sample size, pitching in the AL West throughout his career. 216 plate appearances with a high strikeout rate and a low xWOBA against the current Rangers lineup. deGrom in 40 plate appearances, solid strikeout rate, low walk rate, no walks given up, and a 276 xWOBA. For me, though, I think the Rangers are going to get to Framber enough to win this game. I like Texas at a pretty good price on the money line on the road. The Rangers, while they've not been great against lefties this year, in the last 30 days have really improved with their walk and strikeout rates against southpaws. And overall, we saw a really big series offensively for the Rangers in Los Angeles against the Angels. I think they do enough here offensively to grab the win. Give me the Rangers on the money line. Next up, we've got the Phillies and the Padres. We've got Yu Darvish and Zach Wheeler as the starters. Now, Darvish made his season debut against the Diamondbacks, and that's a team that's had some pretty good numbers against them in the past. They were able to get to him for a few runs in 3 2/3, with 3 walks given up from Darvish as well. But he did have his strikeout stuff working, 5 Ks in those 3 2/3 innings. It still ended up being a 6-3 Diamondbacks win. I think Darvish, we've seen this in the past where he returns from an injury, not the sharpest in his first couple of games. I think he will get back to form and be a great option in this Padres rotation. But early on in this season, especially with Zach Wheeler on the other side, and a Padres offense has just not been very good or trustworthy, I think I got to go with the Phillies in this one on the money line and maybe even the run line on the road. Next up, the Diamondbacks and the Angels. Zach Gallen and Yusei Kikuchi are your starters. I've mentioned my regression concerns with Yusei Kikuchi with his steep expected numbers, and he's got great strikeout numbers on the season, but I do think that ERA continues to climb as the season continues. He gave up 4 runs in just 5 innings his last game against the Rangers with a home run to go with it. This is a Diamondbacks team that's been competitive against lefties in the last month, so I worry about Kikuchi in this game. And also, is Zach Gallen finally back to form? We've seen back-to-back really good outings from Gallen with 19 strikeouts combined against some tough teams, and I think that we see the Diamondbacks win this game for Gallen yet again. They've won his last 2 and 4 of his last 5 starts. Give me the Diamondbacks on the money line. Next up, the Blue Jays and the Athletics. We got Kevin Gausman and Jacob Lopez as the starters. Now, Jacob Lopez is one of the rare starting pitchers in this A's rotation, really pitchers in general, that have been better in Sacramento at home than he's been on the road. He's got a 3.62 ERA at home with 27 1/3 innings, 43 strikeouts, so missing a ton of bats, with a 2.14 opponent's batting average. Even though the A's have not always backed him up in these home starts, I still think that Lopez puts together a solid outing, and I think Kevin Gausman could be in trouble. He's, 4.13 ERA is a lot steeper than we're used to seeing from Gausman. He's given up a good amount of home runs this season. The walks have also piled up at times, a lot more than we're used to seeing. I think the A's can get to Gausman for a few runs. I think Lopez puts together another competitive outing. I'm going to roll with the A's in this one at a great price on the money line. And that's it. Those are the games for Saturday in baseball. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at the experts tab at pickdawgz.com. There also is a link in the description. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.